status of the project? We have some pictures, hopefully they can cut them in, but what's happened recently?
A couple weeks ago, the play pump finally got into KwaZulu-Natal, that region, into a primary school.
Okay. Oh, is that where it is? It's at a school.
It's in a primary school in that region. That is all we have right now.
Okay, and so when did you finish raising the money?
We finished about
after the benefit concert.
Yes, when was that?
That was May.
May. Okay.
So about a month ago.
Recently.
Yeah.
Okay, and was there a moment where you thought, "Wow, we have enough money"?
Yeah. Very surprising.
It was. And so, who did you connect with to, like, what organization actually put in the pump, and who'd you give the money to?
Well, we gave the money to Random Kit, and then they worked with Trevor Field of Roundabout.
Okay.
Which they installed play pumps in South Africa, and he's already built it there.
Okay, great. And so you all have been sent pictures of the play pump. And tell me how the pump that's in is going to serve the community. We know there's a toy at the school, or what do we call it, a merry-go-round type thing they run on. Explain the rest of what the pump is.
The storage container itself features 4 billboards on either side.
Yeah.
2 of which contain just advertisements which help it fund itself, so for maintenance and things like that, which I thought was great because it's like a more long-term solution. And then the other 2 sides display health advisories.
And what are the advertisements? Do you even know?
No, I'm assuming it's like, various just like companies.
Local companies.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's really clever, because that way it self-sustains, and hopefully there's not too much maintenance with a brand new water pump, but eventually there will be. How did this whole project impact you? Did you feel really proud afterwards, the 3 of you, or?
Yeah, I was really happy when we finally raised it, and it was a big learning experience. I learned a lot about like public speaking. Okay. Just like at the benefit concert, and I learned a lot about how to persuade people into donating.
How do you do that?
Try to talk and tell them all the, less statistics, more, photos.
Yeah, photos are good, that's true. So you became a little bit of a salesman.
Yeah.
All 3 of you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you develop sales skills?
Even if after you give them like a whole spiel and they don't donate, even if they at least just show genuine interest, and if they learn something, that's just raising awareness is important too.
It is important, I agree. And what about you? What's next? Do you want to go back to Africa? We were talking about...
You
have to go to college.
I'm going to college. I want to go to medical school after that. And when I graduate medical school, become a doctor, I'm planning on moving down to South Africa.
Yeah? You loved it that much?
It's almost a definite.
Yeah.
That trip was the best 10 days of my life. I want to have that feeling every day.
And that's a great segue into some of the things you brought back. So I'm going to actually give this to you, and maybe you can just hold it up and tell us what this is.
Well, this is a mask that they make in South Africa. I bought this at a local bargaining store.
Okay.
The locals there, they love to bargain, and they usually ask for so much money, but if you say, this is what I'm giving you and that's it, then they'll be like, okay, just take the item and give me the money.
Whatever you give them.
Yeah, it usually works like that.
And Adam, let's pass that one over. I'm not even sure we can even explain. You have to explain what this one is. I thought it was a musical instrument.
I could blow into it. It sounds like a musical instrument.
Well, it's like a horn.
It does look like a horn.
It's like a horn, pretty much. Well, when I was in South Africa, we went to a certain place where, we went to these certain caves where people lived 15,000, 85,000 years ago.
Right.
And when we were there, we were climbing all these rocks, and some of our tour guides, they found these huge patches of seaweed. And what they did was they cut off the ends and they smoothed it up for us, and then they made these horns. And from there,
it's a trumpet.
It's pretty much a trumpet. Yeah, it sounds like a trumpet.
This is a kind of trumpet that was on the earth 15,000 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to blow it in.
Yeah, maybe not. Is it loud? We don't want to do it in here.
Yeah.
And let's just one more, because I love the tie. and you actually saw the villagers in South Africa making this tie.
I saw them make this tie, yes.
And it's made out of beads.
100% beads.
And put it up so we can see what it looks like as a tie. So he looks pretty handsome at the benefit concert. What color shirt do you wear it with?
Normal.
It's a tough color.
I have a whole outfit for it.
You do?
It's in my closet.
Okay. So one of the reasons that I decided to start a talk show called it Kids Who Care is because before I was elected as state representative, I actually worked as a youth activism project coordinator. I traveled around the country and I worked with kids, teaching them how to do things just like what you're doing. And it's so important to me that young people of all ages know that they can and should and really need to organize and speak out and do things like you have done here with H2 Africa. I'm just wondering if you have advice for kids, for your peers, for younger kids about getting involved, and maybe any like sort of comments about how to do it. Is that a tough question?
Go for it. It's a
Go for it. I know.
Talk to as many people as possible because most people have slight interest, and you might find people who are very interested, people who can really help you.
That's great advice. And if there are any school-age kids at Ward that are interested in joining H2 Africa next year, how would they find you?
Well, you could go to h2africa.net.
Okay, and we'll make sure we put that on the screen.
Yeah.
Or call. Is there a phone number to call, or just find you from h2africa.net?
We also have an email.
Okay.
h2africa@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. And I really hope, guys, that you have a great year next year, that you have great success. And I hope anyone that is watching takes some time, go to h2africa.net.
Yep.
And learn more about what the young students at Fairfield Ward High School are doing, have done, and will be doing next year. Thanks so much for joining me today, and thank you guys so much for coming out this morning. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on Kids Who Care.
Mama, mama, eh.